this, the realization that a bunch of people sitting in Islamabad does not help children in Balochistan very well. I was amazed. I was here for a couple of weeks and we were debating whether or not we wanted to set up subnational clusters in the Balochistan floods. I went to Quetta and I discovered a subnational cluster was functioning and had been functioning for a couple of weeks. Complete disconnect between Islamabad and Quetta. It was really funny. Better understanding of the local systems and coordination, again, this cultural divide that we often have. And what's essential is quality of leadership. And we're trying very hard to be better at identifying good leaders, good coordinators. And my argument to NGOs at the global level is, well, I'm not going to give you my best people. Well, I say, first of all, you're not giving them to me, you're giving them to us. And don't we want our best leaders in leadership positions? We will still need our best implementers in implementation positions. The best implementers are usually not your best implementers. Something about engineers, you know, we tell people their solutions. We're not really good facilitators. So you want your best leaders in your leadership positions. You want your best implementers implementing. There's always a meeting management. How do we manage our meetings? And regular reviews. We need to, you know, Pakistan, how often do you review the process, what's working, what's not working? It's very essential. And then clear recovery and transition strategies. And again, for me, this is circle and cycle, especially in Pakistan. You know, you have an event, you have a response, you have the recovery, you have the reconstruction, you have development, you have another event. So, you know, we just need, you know, you need to be constantly looking down the circle, not just worrying about where you are in the circle. So, what does it mean for you? Uh-oh. You mean I have to change? Ouch. No, you have to change. I don't have to change. We all have to change. We have to change our attitudes. Really need to change. This is a really important thing for UNICEF especially. We need to start thinking about these in a different way. We need to change the way we work. It's no longer about me and my patch and doing it, but we need to work together. Genuine partnerships and accountabilities. Mutual accountabilities, accountability to each other, and accountability to the people, the children of Pakistan. That's what this is all about. Improve our preparedness and contingency planning. As I said, we're never going to be predictable until we become good at preparedness. And predictability is, I think, where WASH at the moment is weakest. We have some really, really good responses, and we have some really, really poor responses. Where we have good responses, it tends to be where we're better prepared. When we have weak responses is where we're not prepared. We need much better preparedness. We need to link it, again, recovery, development, circles and cycles. Support to government. You know, there's still a lot of suspicion on a lot of governments. What is this thing about? Is this the UN trying to take over our job, trying to come in here and tell us how to do things? We need to be better at working with governments and supporting governments and creating and building the capacity of the government so that in a normal emergency, the government can handle the coordination and things happen smoothly. Local capacity building, so we've got to start driving this further down. At the end of the day, resilience is in the community. At the end of the day, disaster risk reduction is in the community. We don't get down to that level. We're just going to keep doing we're just going to go spinning wheel up here. Never actually going to make any progress. Build on our achievements and ensure delivery of a better product and improve. What it's all about is improving the impact. For me, my 30 years in UNICEF, it's hard to take that hat off. 30 years I've been about services to children. So every day that I get
Why we are organizing this training, the major reason is that we want that the cluster partners, they understand that what type of role they have to play. One, as cluster partners, whether they have to play a role in coordination or not active role in coordination, but they are the cluster partners and they have responsibilities, they have roles, and of course they have responsibility. There are other people who have responsibilities also, so it's mutual. And the second one is that there are agencies who have increasingly been given coordination roles at the field level. And we expect that in future there will be more agencies, as you can see that the emergency in Pakistan is a never-ending story. So we are foreseeing that there will be other places where emergencies are coming in, and we will expect that various clusters.
And then I would very much like to have introductions of all the participants. Okay?
Okay, so can you give us 1 or 2 minutes so that we can put it also on the screen, the presentation for the introduction? Okay.
So we'll go through that and look at the video. We will have a break after that session. And then we will, in separate sessions, look at the national coordination environment. How is coordination structured here in Pakistan, but for you also in Afghanistan. Then we will look at the roles and responsibilities of the WASH cluster. And those sessions will also be separate. But at the end of this second session here, we will come together and we will share what learning has happened in the two groups. Yeah? Then we will break for lunch. I think the timing may be different, but then we'll have 1 hour for lunch. We will look at coordination skills afterwards, particularly what are the skills that every member has to bring to it if we're going to be effective. Then we introduce you to Nyingoma and all the problems in Nyingoma. And then we have a session on effective meeting skills. And so we can have the collective shared wisdom around these 2 tables on what are the best tips to make our meetings effective. We'll have a review of the day and find out what people have gained from it and anything we can do to make the next day better. And we will finish by 5:30 here.
Thank you. We had a little delay in our lunch. So now we are back on business.
Okay.
So the floor is yours. We will go on mute mode.
Okay. Okay, it would be interesting for us just to quickly get some feedback from the participants there. What have been the important messages or lessons from those sessions on the national coordination system and also on the roles and responsibilities? So any feedback?
We basically I'll talk about the 2 sessions which we took. One was about the national coordination environment,